Hey, how y'all doing out there? Welcome to the channel. This is Easy Work Boxing. I am your host, Easy Work. Y'all know what time it is. We gotta talk about Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 2, the rematch. It's a must. One of the biggest fights that's gonna happen at the beginning of this year. In February, if I ain't mistaken, the 22nd, for the WBC title and the lineal champion. First we can go back and forth. We can talk about the first fight. Controversial fight. A lot of people pick Tyson Fury had won that fight. A lot of people say Deontay Wilder won that fight. To me personally, it could go both ways. In my opinion, I feel that Tyson Fury outboxed Deontay Wilder, but at the same time, I also feel that Deontay Wilder did knock out Tyson Fury. It was 14-second count. Uh, Wilder was outboxed, but even in my opinion, due on scorecards, Tyson Fury won by outboxing Wilder. But due to the fact that I seen no seconds left after Tyson Fury hit the ground, it's just a controversy. Uh, Best thing for us to do is let's not really just base the second fight off the first fight. Even though after tonight I will be looking at the first fight, to determine who I feel will win the next fight, and I will make a video on that. But we're gonna talk about what's going on right now as far as the second fight approaching. Now, we all know that Tyson Fury has trainers. Ben Davison, young trainer, just stepped out there. To me, did a great job. I seen some of the videos, where he was in the corner with Tyson Fury, the coaching and things he was telling Tyson Fury. It could have been better, I think, if he was an experienced coach. But at the same time, to me, it seemed like he did a good job. So, by Fury moving him on out the way, I feel this is a point of Fury being a little bit nervous about this fight, which I made a video about that before if you want to check it out. Fury has got on social media calling Deontay Wilder the B word, saying Deontay Wilder isn't showing up to conferences and meetings for the fight. And I explained, in my opinion, that Deontay Wilder was making a smart idea of not showing up because Tyson Fury's whole approach, like he did in the first fight, is to get in Deontay Wilder's head. And I feel that Deontay Wilder did. Tyson Fury did get in Deontay Wilder's head. Till this day, this is a phrase that's been out there that's stamped by Deontay Wilder that to me was brought upon by anger from the backstory given. The backstory given from Tyson Fury, highlighting his situations in life. And I felt that Deontay Wilder was being outshined by Tyson Fury, and I think that fueled him and irritated him, which caused him to become angry and make the statement to this day, talking about black people in America. The fact that Tyson Fury just came from overseas and he's been acknowledged as if he was the WBC champion of the world already, even before they fought. So I feel it's a smart move by Wilder's team to tell Wilder, hey, we don't have to show up at the press conference. We don't have to hear nothing this guy says because his whole mind frame is to get in your head. The same thing that he did against Vladimir Klitschko to defeat Klitschko. But we can go into, we're going to go into styles. We're going to go into who is the better boxer, who has the better chin, all the things to see who can come out and win in this fight. Now, when it comes to chin, we have to give that to Wilder. Tyson Fury had been dropped before he fought Wilder. If I ain't mistaken, I think it was Jennings that dropped Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has been dropped before. So if we're going to go on chins, we got to give it to Deontay Wilder. We seen Deontay Wilder being rocked by Luis Ortiz, knocked around the ring, drunk walking and all. Still standing, didn't go down. So I got to give Wilder the chin in this fight. As far as being a technician, skills in the ring, we have to go with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a superior boxer, slick, good defense, head movement, footwork, ring IQ. Not taking nothing away from Wilder. We have seen Wilder change. We have seen Wilder become a more patient fighter in the ring. You know, due to the fight what happened with him and Luis Ortiz too, you know, Wilder didn't throw any punches. Wilder was standing there. He was waiting on time and the right time to throw a punch. Now, you can look at that in a good way for Wilder. You can say that Wilder has matured a lot in the ring, that he's in his own style, that right now he knows what he's doing. He doesn't have to go out there and throw a million punches with a fighter to knock them out. All he has to do is time the punch. With his power, he can KO a fighter. But then you have to look at it from the other side. Going against a fighter like Tyson Fury, you won't be able to stand there and let those rounds go like that. We seen that in the first fight. You can't wait 7 rounds to try to knock out Tyson Fury. You can't wait on the perfect punch to knock out Tyson Fury. I think that Wilder really needs to be in the gym right now. He really needs to be a gym rat. He needs Mark Breland on his ass. And I'm talking about pedigree training. I'm talking about from start to finish, all night, all day, everything that Wilder is missing, they should work on. Now, I'm not saying that missing as in Wilder don't have. I'm just saying that that missed out in that first fight. Wilder should not go out there trying to box Tyson Fury. Wilder should not go out there and try to box Tyson Fury. Wilder should go out there with a plan to seek and destroy. Because when it comes to boxing, Tyson Fury is a giant. He's a tyrant. He's Genghis Khan of the heavyweight division as far as skills. Wilder has the power. Fury has the skills. Okay? Now, like I was saying before, Tyson Fury is looking a little nervous to me. You know, from him switching trainers, you know, him going to the WWE, you know, when I feel like right now he needs to be training. The nervousness of him being mad that Wilder's not showing up to fight meetings and schedules is, in my opinion, really making him nervous, because I feel that he won't have the chance that he feels to get in Wilder's head again to beat him. I think that this is bothering him by Wilder not showing up, from the way that he reacted to Wilder not showing up, by calling him B words and saying he's a, you know, B and he ain't gonna come and he's not showing up. I think he was more irritated on the fact that his game plan is like going out the window. That's just my opinion. But if we're gonna go back into this fight for the second time, I want to go with Wilder so bad because you cannot bet against Wilder. Wilder has the neutralizer. Whether he's a great boxer in your opinion, whether he's a technician or anything that you feel against Wilder, one punch stops his fights. It's hard to go against a fighter that can literally wait on you for 7 rounds and throw one punch and KO you. So this is a 50-50 fight all the way around. You know, when it comes down to it, me personally, the power is all I can give Wilder. And I'm just being real with you. You know, I'm not, like I told y'all, no bias talk on this channel. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I want Wilder to go out there and KO Tyson Fury, even though I'm a fan of Tyson Fury as well. But I just want Wilder to go out there and beat him. But you have to be realistic about the situation. Who's the better boxer? Who moves the best? Who has the better defense? Who's the better technician? Who's the better footwork? Tyson Fury. Only thing you can give Wilder really is power and chin. And we all know, for years, if you've been watching boxing, skills pay the bills. You can be the hardest puncher on earth. You can punch through a brick wall. You can be Iron Man in the ring. But if you can't land a punch, your power means nothing. But one thing about Deontay Wilder, like he always say, you have to be perfect for 12 rounds. I have to be perfect for 1 second. It's a major difference. Now, I will say this. With Tyson Fury coming off of a drug habit, losing weight, he did a spectacular job against Deontay Wilder the first fight. A beautiful job against him for being off as long as he was, being addicted to drugs, wanting to commit suicide. He came back and did a hell of a job. So even though I'm thinking Wilder will knock out Tyson Fury, you still have to bring up the fact that this man was at the worst time of his life and came back to the sport, y'all. At the worst time of his life and came back to the sport and still, in my opinion, exposed Deontay Wilder. Now, what's to say that that won't happen again with a fighter who went Tyson Fury, who has fought twice, even though they're not big names. They're not fighters who we can say are elite, A-class fighters with skills. Yes, sir, I'm back, Richard. We can't say that, but yes, he has fought. He has been back. He has this feeling of being in the ring back. So this is an even closer 50-50 fight. What do I think about Fury's confidence in the last fight? I think his confidence is not as high. I don't think his confidence is as high as it was in the first fight, and that's because of the fact that him switching trainers and things of that nature. Because I feel if he was real confident in himself, there would be nothing to switch. Because he did such a good job in the first fight. Yeah, Wild in 8. It's a possibility. But I think the problem with everybody is just looking at power. Power. You have to land with power. Like Teddy Atlas say, you can have a nuclear missile, but it don't mean nothing if it don't land. And Wilder has a nuclear missile. But then you got to think about it. This was a Tyson Fury coming off a layoff. This Tyson Fury is not. You see what I'm saying? You can sit up and you can say, oh, he can knock him out one punch. Tyson Fury has the best defense of all top heavyweights. He proved that in the first fight. Now, I don't know why he got caught by Wilder. Could have been he was tired. Could have been Wilder caught him, knew exactly where his head was going to go from rounds of fighting. But what if that power punch does not land on Tyson Fury this fight? What if Tyson Fury learns from his experience from fighting Deontay Wilder the first fight, and that doesn't happen? What if that doesn't happen? But you got to think about it. That's the messed up part about this fight. If this would be any other fighter, Tyson Fury all day, in my opinion. I got Tyson Fury all day, in my opinion. But being Deontay Wilder, the bronze bomber, the man that could wait 7 rounds and just punch you in your face and knock you out, it's hard to make a decision on this fight. It's hard. It's very hard. Yes, but Wilder has experience too. And for the narrative, everybody want to go to talk about Wilder resume and this. All fighters fight low-class competition coming up in the ranks. Can you say Wilder fought low-class competition longer than most? You could probably say that. But at the same time, that's neither here nor there. He's made it to that point. He's up with the higher echelon. So talking about who he fought in the past does not matter. We have to talk about today. Tyson Fury has fought a lot of journeymen to get to where he's at. So we have to talk about today. We're not talking about who he fought 10 years ago or anything. You can bring that up, but it's irrelevant because all fighters have fought low-class competition in the rise to become who they are as stars in the sport of boxing. So we have to throw that all out because people want to keep talking about that. Wilder fought this, Wilder fought that. Wilder is still the WBC champion of the world. It doesn't matter. Even when he fought Stavern, people say, does he have a chin? He proved he have a chin. Beat Stavern. Beat Ortiz. So throw that out the window. And on both sides, Tyson Fury hasn't always fought top competition. He just came back and fought 2 journeymen. So let's be real before people want to sit up and try to bash Deontay Wilder on who he has fought. It's neither here nor there. These are both 2 champions that are about to fight right now. And that's what we need to focus on. Now, one point we have to talk about in this fight is will the racist approach come back in, or the approach of racism in this fight? You know, we got Tyson Fury. You know, probably the great white hope, the great white height. You know, as they want to call him. Then we got Deontay Wilder, the black fighter. You know, champion of the world, not getting that much acknowledgement. You know, will they do that again this time? Will they set it up to where Deontay Wilder will come out of character or come out of place out of anger due to the fact that another fighter is getting more acknowledgement than him? You know, it's even being said now that Fury is a bigger household name than Deontay Wilder. Yes, but let me ask y'all this. That's good you brought up that about Fury. He ended Klitschko's reign. But do you feel that Tyson Fury left the heavyweight division after beating Klitschko as a duck? That's something I've been wondering about. Every time I hear about it, you know, he tells the public, you know, after accomplishing what I accomplished, you know, there was nothing else for me to do. I did everything in my life that I want to do. And when I first heard it, I was like, I can understand that. I could feel somebody saying, you know, once I made to where I felt I needed to be, I lost interest. But what if that's an excuse? What if that is an excuse? What if there were upcoming fighters such as a Deontay Wilder, other fighters that's up in the ranks right now, Anthony Joshua, who Tyson Fury just wanted to duck? I'm not saying he ducked, but I'm saying what if? You know, what fighter goes to that level and becomes a great and just leaves? If he's not willing to, I felt like he wasn't willing to pursue the chances of other fighters. That's what I feel. Because you just dominated the force of the heavyweight division. My phone going crazy. I don't know what happened. I truly apologize. Y'all, I'm on this, I got an LG Aristo, Android. I truly am sorry for that, y'all. I apologize. I'm sorry about that. Now he's more confident. Yeah, my SIM card just said, my phone said my SIM card wasn't in, and then my phone just went off. I apologize, y'all. Easy work apologizes. Oh, Tyson Fury said he's always been depressed since he was young. That holds no ground right now. You was okay. So you were depressed since a child, but you still came out to be a unified heavyweight champion of the world. And you still came out of that and came back and did a great, spectacular job against the WBC heavyweight champion of the world after years of layoff and you losing 400 pounds. What's up, Jason? No, I'm not saying it was an excuse. I'm just saying it's bringing all that into the table. I mean, to the point of the match or fighting, it's unnecessary now because what you went through as a child, Tyson Fury, you still came out to be a unified heavyweight champion. You know, we need to push all that out the window. Bro, you just jumping on. I understand what you were saying. I agree with you. You just jumping on all those things you were saying, bro. If you watched the video from the beginning, I said the same thing that you were saying. I'm taking nothing away from the Gypsy King. I love the Gypsy King too. I love what he brings to the sport. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I love Wilder too. I'm not being biased. I talk about boxing, boxing only. Yes, that last fight, if I'm mistaken, I think it was against Walsh. Yeah. And then that's a good point, Joe. Just a good point you just brought up. We got to remember that Fury mind ain't been on boxing. Fury has been focused on the WWE. Wallen, that's correct. Wallen, my bad. Fury has been focused on the WWE. So what's to say that his mind has been full of boxing and training for Deontay Wilder? That may show up and be a problem too. Now, don't nobody want to hear no excuses if the Gypsy King goes out there and get knocked out. Oh, I wasn't training, or I was more focused on the WWE matchup and all this and that. We don't want to hear no excuses. If you were to go out there and lose, your mind should have been focused on boxing. We know Tyson Fury from boxing, not wrestling. I don't even watch wrestling. I can't even watch nothing like that. That's exactly what I'm saying, Jason. I'm not saying that's exactly what I'm saying. His depression has nothing to do with this. Nothing. He still came out on top to be a unified champion. His depression didn't stop him from doing that. So we have to throw all that out the window. You see, we throw all that. This is the second fight. This ain't the first fight. You know, he ain't said nothing about depression lately. He ain't been talking about depression. So we not gonna put that into this fight. That's all I'm saying. We gonna talk about what happened in the first fight as far as the match, and that's it. He's not depressed right now. Joe, that's why I said it, Joe. When I seen the comment on it, when you said about the WWE, it made me think instantly. Could this be an excuse if he was to get hit? No, I brought it up from a comment. Me too, Joe. But you know, everybody want to keep talking about the business and this and that and the other. You know, don't nobody really want to just see the fight. You know, people are so biased and picking who they want to pick. You know, people think I'm biased for Crawford. I just see between the lines, and I know that Crawford really is the one that wants to fight, and I know that Errol Spence is the one that really doesn't want to fight right now. I'm not saying that Wilder doesn't. Errol Spence doesn't want to fight Terrence Crawford, but he's making it appear as he doesn't. I'm not saying he's afraid of him, but he doesn't want to fight him right now. He does not want to fight him. Y'all give me 1 second, please. Don't go anywhere. Easy work coming right back. Don't move. But I tell y'all what I am going to do. I am going to watch this fight again. I will be doing that. And I will be making a lot of videos on this fight. You know, this is going to be a good fight. That's a fight worth paying $100 for, Joe. It really is. Yeah, they ain't enemies. They don't have nothing against each other. Like they want to see each other hurt. You know, it's just a sport. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? It's how they make their money. We have to fight. That's how we feed our families. Oh, you got to give Sean Porter his respect. Sean Porter's the only welterweight who done fought everybody. How could you ever diss Sean Porter? You have, like I did in my last video. Sean Porter deserves this. He done fought them all. Everybody. Only person he ain't fought is Pacquiao. And they say the same thing about Sean Porter they say about Deontay Wilder. He's not a technician. Doesn't look good with his technique. But Sean Porter still out there and still go out there and do what he do. He probably don't win every fight. But Sean Porter got hard and he a throwback fighter. Anybody who fights Sean, you training hard. You in that gym hard. I seen Keith Thurman in the ring with a bulldog, with a pit bull chasing him around the ring. Yes, he does, Joe. I seen Keith Thurman running around the ring with a pit bull getting ready for Sean Porter. Huh? Don't say nothing bad about Sean Porter. I see a lot of video. Even at one point, I thought Sean Porter was ducking Errol Spence. You see what I'm saying? But the man has fought every top welterweight in the division except Manny Pacquiao. And he trying to fight Manny Pacquiao. We got to get 8 thumbs up to Sean Porter. We got to do that. But I gotta say this though. I don't understand how people can sit up and say Sean Porter don't have good skills. He's not a technician in the ring. But he went out there and almost beat Errol Spence Jr. And y'all think that Terrence Crawford can't beat Errol Spence Jr.? When it was a close fight against Sean Porter, had Errol Spence's face swole. Had Errol Spence's face swole. And y'all believe that he can beat Bud, a technician, an elite fighter, elite boxer? People are looking at that fight all wrong, man. But we talking about Wilder, Fury. Yes, they do. Wilder was clearly outboxed. And I hate to say that because that's the closest boxer to me. And I would love to meet Deontay Wilder. I hope that Deontay Wilder can understand I'm not biased. He an Alabamian like me. I support him to the fullest. I'm so proud of his success and what he's done. But Deontay, if you ever see one of my videos, brother, I can't be biased because I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. You know, I want to see you be undisputed. I want you to bring them belts home. But I tell the truth on how I feel, brother. And I hope that one day if we were to ever meet, that you can respect that. And in my opinion, Tyson Fury outboxed you, brother. But with so much going on in that fight, you knocking him down, him having 14 seconds to get up, to me, I erased that fight. All I'm going to do is just look at what happened in that fight. But I throw that fight out the window because that fight could go both ways. Wilder was outboxed, Wilder knocked out Fury. That's just how it went, in my opinion. And can I ask y'all something? Do y'all like that I bring up one topic and then we go to talking on other topics? I don't know if everybody be liking that, so that's why I be trying to stay on one topic. But if y'all want to talk, we can talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this y'all channel. I just talk about boxing. I love for y'all to come in and say what y'all gonna say. Fury was dropped twice. Fury was dropped twice. But 2 rounds out of 12 don't add up. Even though he got 2 points extra over Fury, it don't add up. That's what I'm saying. That fight go both ways to me. That's a bisexual fight. Let me put it to you like that. That's a bisexual fight. It goes both ways. You feel me? Just to break it down to you like that. That's how I feel about it in my opinion. I could say Fury won. I could say Wilder won. So I'm just going to scratch that fight out, throw it out the window. That's how I'm going to do it. Wilder is the more confident fighter, I believe. Wilder just came off 2 devastating knockouts, Brazil and Ortiz. His confidence is at an all-time high right now. Like Free Smoke Boxing. Shout out to Free Smoke Boxing. Y'all check out my boy channel, man. Free Smoke trying to come up. Please subscribe to his channel. Love his channel. Show him support like y'all show me. Because he made just a good statement about that. I got to go back and look. I just forgot it. Trying to get a shout out. Ruiz won't do nothing to Wilder. Joe, thank you for watching, man. But Ruiz will get whooped by Wilder, man. He too small. Yeah, Wilder should have took Fury out of the game, but you got to remember, Fury is a different heavyweight. Fury has the skills and the movement of a smaller man. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Drop the link to what, Jason? I'm sorry. Yeah, Ruiz disappointed a lot of people, man. I did not want those belts to go back with AJ. He let a lot of people down. He let his Mexican family down, his Mexican people down. He let a lot of black people down, a lot of black Americans. You know, he hurt America with that loss. I will say that for Ruiz, but still, he deserves his respect for even going in there, man. Yes, he let a lot of us down, but, you know, what can you say? If you all of a sudden just ended up with $7 million, $5 million, you wouldn't be the same person either. You know? So you have to give them that respect, man. Because right now, I get $7 million, I ain't gonna be the same person. I'll be the same person. It's just that when that tax bracket change, you change too in a way. So you can't be mad at him. Can't be mad at him from getting money, man. You know, first time in his life changed. So, still at the same time, shout out to Ruiz. Yeah, I feel you on that. If you lost $200, bro, yeah. You need to call him personally. You need to call Ruiz personally if you lost $200. Like, bro, them 12 M's you got back, I need to send you my PayPal, my Cash App. I need them back, bro. Because I expected you to go out there and do a good job. I don't want to hear about you eating off naked women and buying Bentleys and all that. That ain't boxing. I want my $200 back. You probably need to get in touch with him, bro. Coolgy. You in Birmingham, bro? Shout out to you, Coolgy. Thank you for tuning in, man. Yeah, Ruiz gonna bounce back. But unless he fight AJ again, I don't think Ruiz gonna be champion for a long time. Yeah, he lied throughout camp, man. He lied throughout camp. Told the public, I'm training hard. I'm moving faster. We're going to come in lighter. Then come in shit. That nigga came in 20 pounds heavier. Everything. AJ going to do whatever it takes to run from Wilder. That's a fight, y'all. Honestly, I don't think we ever going to see that fight, y'all. You know, we done said it before about other fights. You know, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. You know, I don't think we're going to ever see that fight, man. For real. The only way, and I don't even think they'll do it then. The only way I think they'll fight was if Wilder did lose. If Wilder lost, I think they would fight him. AJ would. But even then, I still don't think they would. That's what money do, man. Thank you, Coogin. I appreciate that, man. You know, I'm going to always do them videos. You know, I think that's one of my problems. Why my videos don't get a lot of views no more. One of my videos got 250,000 views, and because I do talk about more than boxing, and my stuff is not ignorant, I'm not talking about violence or hate. You know, I think that's the reason that my channel is being held back. But, you know, it ain't going to stop me from saying what's on my mind, you know, at the end of the day. So I thank you for tuning in. I still will make those videos, bro. I don't believe this fight will happen at all, man. I don't see this fight happening. I just don't. AJ is just scared of Wilder. Wilder destroys the zone. AJ was the face of the zone. That's why Canelo ended up fighting Sergey Kovalev. They needed a spark back for the zone since their face of the zone was beaten. Why do you think they paid Sergey Kovalev so much money, $12 million? They needed that fight to bring life back into the zone. The face of their app was beaten by Andrew Ruiz. Even though I feel that Canelo and Sergey Kovalev was a staged fight, they needed that fight. The face of their app just got destroyed, was knocked down 4 times and quit. Canelo is their backup man. AJ is the face of the zone. The zone was built off of AJ. It was built on the back of AJ. Why you think the people, the president of the zone, the person who gave the money, the $1 billion up for the zone, gave it to Eddie Hearn? Because he's seen a market that would flourish. We got a unified heavyweight champion of the world that sell out tickets like hell. Yeah, I invest $1 billion with you, Eddie. Hell yeah. I would've. If I was a billionaire. I see the numbers that Anthony Joshua do only in the UK, and then you getting on a list of other fighters. I'm giving you this money to go get other fighters. That was a smart business move. Use it going to beat AJ? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. You know, I know you looking at the skills of Usyk, you know, being an Olympic gold medalist, this, that, and the other, but you got to bring in that weight. You got to bring in that weight. You know, he done took punches from cruiserweights, but he ain't took a punch from AJ or a big heavyweight out there. So you just can't say that. We just seen Mike Garcia, a fighter with skills, try to move up and fight a bigger fighter, and we just seen him get whooped. We just saw him get whooped. No, AJ is not that good. No, AJ is not that good, and his chin is not that good. He got a weak chin. That's why they don't want him to get clipped or hit by Wilder, because they know His chin ain't up to par for Wilder's punches. Then Wilder is a straight finisher. All he has to do is stagger Anthony Joshua, and it's over. At the end of the day, which I feel Wilder is the A side now. Hold up, let me say, there's no doubt that Wilder is the A side now. I don't care because Anthony Joshua got 3 titles. He lost. Wilder is the A side now. So what people gonna say now? Because in my opinion, Wilder should dictate what his fight happens because he's the A side. Wilder should dictate what his fight. No UK fight. If Wilder goes to the UK and fights Tyson Fury or AJ, he will lose. If he slip on an ice cube, they're going to consider it a knockdown. And they're going to count Wilder out fast, especially against AJ. All he got to do is get one more belt. If I ain't mistaken, this may be the first undisputed fighter from the UK. If he was to win and beat Deontay Wilder, you know they're going to do that. That will not be a fair fight in the UK. All Wilder got to do is slip, waving it, taking that man title. Wilder and AJ needs to happen in the United States. Minecraft Fortnite, Fight Night Champion. I don't play none of that, bro. Fight Night Champion. That's the only game I play. I might play some Grand Theft Auto. Fight Night Champion. That's it. I don't understand the boxing business at all because you say that Wilder is not the A side because he doesn't generate enough on sales, a big enough capacity. See, that's where opinions are made, and I'm making my opinion. See, you talking about the business aspect in sales. I'm not talking about sales. I'm talking about what they have done in the ring in fighting. What they have done in the ring in fighting. Wilder, since their fight, has came out and destroyed 2 fighters. Fury has came back and fought 2 nobodies, 2 journeymen. I'm sorry. I was talking about AJ. AJ has went out there and fought Andrew Ruiz and got him beat. That loss he is no longer the A side due to that loss. He hasn't been in the ring knocking people out. He lost. Wilder has been in the ring knocking people on their ass. Wilder is the #1 heavyweight in the world right now. Not just my opinion, but the world. People in the game of boxing has said that Wilder is the #1 heavyweight due to what he has done in the ring. Wilder is the A side right now. Why? Because he doesn't have a loss on his record, and he's been devastating his opponents, dominating his opponents. He's the A side. I can agree with that. I can agree it's more of a 50-50 fight. But people are looking at it in the business of money. Money has nothing to do with them fighting or boxing or them getting in the ring. I'm looking at it from the point of Wilder has destroyed recent opponents. AJ lost. There's no way AJ can be the A side with a loss. I'm not talking about popularity. I'm talking about what they have done in the ring. In the ring. I'm not talking about the Floyd Mayweather attributes. I'm not talking about the Floyd Mayweather mind frame. I'm talking about from looking at them fighting, what have they done in the ring? AJ lost. Wilder hasn't lost. Wilder is the A side. AJ just has 3 titles. That's it. How can y'all literally say a man that just got knocked out is an A side over a man who has been knocking out everybody in a dominant fashion. You saying the guy that lost is the A side? Really? He lost. How was he the A side? Wilder hasn't lost. Been knocking out opponents like crazy, like hotcakes. But AJ is the A side? No. A loss knocks you off the pedestal. Have y'all forgotten that? Or am I talking to boxing fans? A loss knocks you off the pedestal. How can you be the A side with a loss? That's Hinko, that's still a point of business. I'm talking about in the ring, my brother. In the ring. You can't put business in front of that. I don't care if Anthony Joshua could sell tickets in Indonesia more than Deontay Wilder. What have they done in the ring? That will bring up discussions about resume. We can talk about resume all day. But at the end of the day, if we're going to talk about resume, we have to say this first. AJ, a loss. Wilder, no loss. Ain't no point in talking about no resume. You can say AJ fought the better competition. A loss. Even with better competition. Wilder, no loss. You know, I just speak it real, bro. Exactly, free smoke. Y'all subscribe to Free Smoke Boxing. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's why they always, that's that new casual talk. Business, 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 business. Like you just said, Free Smoke, they bring up the business because in the ring, Deontay Wilder is the A-side fighter. He's the more dominant fighter. He hasn't lost. How is he not the A-side? I don't care about ticket sales. I don't care about business. It's what have you done in the ring. I see you, Hinko. I see you. Bro, I don't have to watch the old 24/7. I was around watching that when it was going on. I was around watching that when it was going on. Oscar was the A side because he had the numbers. The business, as you keep talking about, the business point of view. But we all knew that Floyd Mayweather was the better fighter. We all knew that Floyd Mayweather was really the A side. And I'm talking about in fighting. Floyd was the A side from his ability. Oscar De La Hoya just was the money man. AJ is the money man. But Deontay Wilder is the fighter. AJ is the money man. Like you just said, even with them losses, De La Hoya was still the big pay-per-view fighter. But everybody in the world knew that Floyd was the A side of that fight because he was what? The better fighter in the ring. The more dominant fighter in the ring. The fighter who had not lost. Now you get it? Stop with the business talk. These casual fans, y'all killing the game with this business talk. Exactly. VFS, thank you for tuning in. Y'all hold up. Y'all give me 1 second. Don't nobody go nowhere. We back, baby. We back. And then I gotta tell you, I respect everybody's opinion. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never like that. What Wilder has done in the ring is Ortiz and a draw with Fury. You forget he knocked out Dominic Brazil in a spectacular fashion. He just knocked out Ortiz again in a spectacular fashion. This is what this man has done in the ring. I'm not being biased because I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and this man is only an hour away from me. I'm just telling you straight facts. How can this man not be the A-side when he has never lost? And y'all are giving it to a man who has just got knocked out, who quit. It don't make sense. All fighters have fought corpses, journeymen, bums as they shall say, cab drivers. All fighters have done that to get to the top. We have to get that. These guys are at the top of the echelon right now. What they did 10 years ago don't matter. Joshua beat Brazil first, but did he do it like Wilder? See, when you come, y'all got to come at the king right. I'm one of the best channels out here, dog. I just don't have them subscribers. I don't have all them people like that. I'm not biased. Or no, I'm not put out there and promoted by other boxers because I tell the truth. You got to come at me right. Joshua beat Brazil, but Deontay Wilder made him look like he was nothing. Brooklyn in the house. Appreciate you, bro. But an old Klitschko. Half of them, the rest of them fighters that AJ been fighting been B-class, B-level opponents, C-level opponents with just known names. It don't make a difference. The UK ain't never did nothing for real. I just told y'all the other night, Nigel Benn and Eubank Sr. ducked James Toney. They wouldn't even come over here and fight James Toney. AJ has been given the UK recognition. Now, have there been good UK fighters? Yes. Joe Calzaghe, the list goes on. But AJ is the one who brought them to the point of saying, oh, remember 2 years ago, UK fans were just saying they was taking over the sport of boxing. I ain't gonna never forget that. My channel been up about 2 years now. 2 years ago, AJ was UK boxers couldn't be fucked with. Let them tell it. You can't stop a UK boxer. Now what they talking about now? Nothing. Nothing. You don't hear all that UK taking over, nothing like that. Old Klitschko, yeah. C-level opponents. White, C-level opponent. Parker, no. I give Parker A-, B+. Povetkin, boy, please. Boy, please. Povetkin a C-class fighter all day and a steroid user and still ain't good. Top 10 or not. Them ain't nobodies. Charles Martin, who he got the title from, the WBO title from. Charles Martin. Really? They damn near, they gave the title, Charles Martin gave the title to him. Parker beat Ruiz and Ruiz KO'd Joshua. I just said that Parker was a A-, B+ fighter. I'm not taking anything away from him. Yeah, that fight could have been both ways. Me personally, I feel that Parker won that fight. I feel Parker beat Ruiz. That's my opinion. I feel Parker beat Ruiz. Oh, okay, my bad. My bad. Wilder don't have a lot of opponents in the top 10. As of right now, I can't say, you know what I'm saying, because I have to go back and look. But just off the top of my brain, no, that ain't too many fighters Wilder fought in the top 10. But what does that have to do with what we're talking about? What does that have to do with now? Top 10, top 20, top 30. Why he still ain't made the fight, though? But y'all, I've been on for about an hour now. Charles Wilson, what's up? He probably don't. He probably don't. No, you can't say that. You can't say that. Ortiz in the top 10. Fury in the top 10. You can't say that. Fury in the top 10. Stavern was in the top 10. A champion. A lineal champion. So you got to talk Troy. I respect you, Troy, but you got to come better. I ain't the rest of these channels, bro. I'm not the rest of these channels. I do this. I watch this. You can't say that. If Fury in the top 10, if Ortiz in the top 10, if Stavern won the top 10, yeah, true. Well, good night, brother. I'm sorry that you don't want me to be biased for AJ and that I tell the truth. You know, you need to go to one of those channels that's biased and kiss AJ ass. I don't. I don't kiss nobody's. I'm just being truthful with you. That's exactly what I'm doing now. I mean, that's your opinion, Troy. You know, that's the point of being men. People have different opinions. I mean, you want me to say what you want me to say. I'm not going to say what you want me to say, brother. But I respect your opinion, and I thank you for tuning in. And I hope to see you again, but if not, I understand. But I'm not going to kiss AJ's ass. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to speak it real how I feel it. He don't deserve no respect. I thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Troy. Even though I done beat you in every point you done tried to make, I thank you. I understand you upset right now. That's what happens when you run across people who really know what they're talking about. You know, you begin to get upset, get in your feelings. So, like I said, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I just tell the truth, brother. No, it's not. That's why I'm gonna stop telling people where I'm from. I'm gonna stop telling people where I'm from. Because if you watch this whole video, I just broke it down to you and told you that I'm not biased because I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I told you that I felt Tyson Fury won and outboxed Wilder. But I also feel that Wilder won because Tyson Fury got 14 seconds to get up. So anybody who wants to say I'm biased because I'm from Alabama, from Wilder, Wilder don't send me no money. Wilder don't pay me. Wilder ain't sending me no checks. What am I gonna be biased for Wilder for? If the day Deontay Wilder send me $1,000, $100 on Cash App, I'm gonna show it to you, and then I'm gonna say, guess what? I'm gonna start being biased for Deontay Wilder because he sent me $200 on Cash App. I ain't getting no checks to be biased. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling my opinion. Yeah, my favorite fighter is Thurman, and I don't hold back on Thurman either. So I don't know what to tell y'all at this point. But like I said, y'all, I've been on for an hour. You know what I'm saying? I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, even you, Troy, even Troy, even GHH, anybody who riding against me. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in most of all. Opinions are opinions. That's what we have the comment section for. We men. You're going to have your own opinion anyway. To everybody tuning in, I thank y'all. Be safe out here. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell for more videos. Thank you. Thank you, Charles. If y'all would like to donate, I would appreciate if you donated to the channel. You can go to community. I have Cash App. I have PayPal connected to the channel. It's Easy Work 83, all combined on Cash App. I appreciate nickel, dime, quarter, or penny. I truly appreciate it. I thank y'all for tuning in, man. Be safe out here. Love your people, love your loved ones, and stay out the way. This Easy Work Boxing. Thank y'all for y'all time. I'm out.